Hi everyone, it's Rachel here, and I thought today I would do an A-list video. Well, actually I thought the day before yesterday I'd do an A-list video, but I forgot to turn the mic on. Yes, my A-list wig is probably the wig that I get the most questions about on Instagram. So I thought if I do a video, then hopefully you click through and there won't be so many questions coming through, and this should hopefully answer anything that anyone has to say about it. So I won this in a competition back in May. I was so lucky that me and a few others won the competition. I think there were so many people that they wanted to win that they upped the amount of winners. So I was really lucky. So I got to go to their studio in London and have it fitted as well. So it was done on a first come first serve basis. Like an ombre, it starts darker and it is very light towards the end. I don't have the actual name of this unit because, like I say, when I was choosing what colour I wanted, they just got a few different ones out for me and I chose the colours, and I wasn't too fussed about what it was called or anything like that. So I don't know what this one is, but I'm sure if you contact A-List they will let you know. I was told it was 22 inches, but I have a feeling it might be slightly longer because I do have a wig that's 20 inches and this is quite a bit longer. But again, I'm not fussed at all. I do really like this wig. It is the wig that makes me feel the most girly, I think, because it is so long and I've never had hair this long. And it is also probably my lightest wig with the lightest root as well, because as you see I do tend to go for quite a dark root. So this is a full lace wig, which is something that I've never had before, and I've also never had human hair because this is virgin Brazilian hair. So I won't be commenting on the quality of the hair because I have nothing to compare it to, but from my impression since having it since May, compared to synthetic, it is incredible. And I've not experienced any shedding, like not excessive anyway, just no more than usual. There's been no, it's not dry, it's not gone frizzy, it's not done anything that I thought it might have done. But again, I did wear it quite a lot when I first got it. Now I have quite a busy schedule all week because I work weekends and all during the week I have nursery runs, school runs. So this isn't a put on and go wig like these ones, so this is sort of special occasion wig now. I will show you the inside of this because again this is a completely different cap to what I'm used to. As you can see, you'll see the residue of glue and makeup possibly, but I have tried my best to get most of it off. But as you can see, it is full lace, and when I had it fitted it didn't have this banding or these combs, it was just the full lace, and then they measured that elastic to my head and then sewed it in while I was there, as with the combs, because again I had no idea what these combs were for, and I was thinking I don't have any hair, so why are they putting combs in? But they actually slide under the band to keep it nice and secure. They have also stitched the adjusters down, which I've got no idea what the reasoning is to that, but I suppose the elastic is quite a tough elastic anyway, so I can't see that even if I could loosen that, it's not going to loosen the elastic anyway. But yes, as you can see, it's all been cut around to go around my ears, and yeah, so that is the cap on it. I do plan to put this on in front of the camera, but I will have to speed it up because it does take quite some time. Whereas with these type of wigs, I just put on, I don't glue these or anything. These are pretty secure. Again, this is a glueless 360 lace wig, which yes, you don't have to glue it in terms of securing it because it is, once it's on, it's not going anywhere. But you do, however, have to glue it or use the got to be glued gel to keep your edges down, because I find that it can be a bit flappy around the ears. So I have been using, I've built up a little bit of a collection in terms of got to be glued, because this is what they used at the salon, and the girl that done it, it was absolutely incredible, and she made it look so easy, like too easy. but it took me quite a while to find this one in the shops. So I started off with the yellow one, which the black one is like a clear gel, and this is more of like a white waxy, it's a bit more gloopy. And this I bought on a whim because I watched a YouTube video and I saw them use it. And that's the Blasting Freeze Spray, which does leave the hair quite crispy. So try not to get that on the hair too much. It's more just around the front. So I do tend to, with the yellow one, it doesn't last all day unless I use a couple layers of it, whereas the black one does tend to last all day. But again, it all depends on the heat, if I'm sweating, everything like that. But even if it does come off, like if the glue, if it loosens, because of the way the hair falls, you can't see, it's not going to fall off or anything. It's just more if the wind catches it, then you can see the lace at the sides. So right, so this is the wig put straight on. It's not glued or anything. I haven't even tucked the combs in underneath. So it is, I'll show you, because obviously I've got no hair. That is where the band sits along there, and then these combs will go underneath the band just to secure it, like, let's put that one in, like that. So they're all tucked under the elastic and the wig is not going anywhere at all. Like I said, I can understand the glueless aspect of it, but to me, glueless, I'd like it to be glueless and edges laying flat as well. So that's where I was slightly disappointed. Again, we can't, I don't think there's any wig that I'm 100% happy with. There's always slight niggles with things, but again, this is the perfect wig for like special occasions for me, because again, I have half an hour ish in the mornings to get myself ready, so my makeup is most important to me, and just throwing on a wig just to do the school run is fine. So obviously I can come back and do this if I want to, but anyone with 3 children, a part-time job and life understands that once you've done your hair already, you don't want to have to do it again. So I will show you a close-up of, so this is, you can obviously see the lace. This has got the baby hairs cut into it as well. So they've done that for me at the salon. So they're all there. But taking that away, this is the bit that I mean. So if you didn't glue it, it looks okay, but if the wind catches it, it will be flicking the lace up. And I find it really hard to blend this section in now. I don't know if it's because I have slight build-up of glue underneath, which, please, if anyone has any advice of how to get all of the glue off the inside of a lace wig, please tell me, because I can't keep washing it every time I wear it. Finding it really hard to wash just the glue off the lace, and even getting all of it off is near on impossible. So if I'm doing something wrong, please let me know, because again, this is all new to me. I've never had a wig like this before at all, and I was so worried I was going to ruin it, but it's still pretty much like the day I got it. So, and that was back in May. I think I've washed it a few times. I haven't done a deep condition on it yet, which I heard is supposed to be done, so that's probably due, but it's not my everyday wig. So what I will do for the video, look, I think I'll use the white, the yellow one, purely because it's white and it shows up on the camera. Right, so I will glue it on the camera to show how I excuse me, sorry. So I'm just going to, right, I may have to use the mirror over here, so hopefully what I tend to do is, by drying it with the hairdryer, you don't want to just, because again that's probably too ticky, or too wet. You need the glue to not be dry but not be wet, if that makes sense. So that's probably a little bit too wet still. So that glue is really quite tacky now. So I'm just pushing it down. And again, what is good is if you tie a scarf round to hold it, but my scarf is down in my bedroom where my little girl is asleep at the moment, so I will just be applying pressure. So I'm just going to glue the sides down, and then I will show you how I attempt to do my baby hairs, because again, I can't do it how they seem to do it. So let's see if I glued that bit of hair down as well. It's a bit impossible showing you when the mirror's over here, but I'll do the same on the other side. So obviously usually about now I would have a scarf around my head, just holding it there, but we'll just have to pretend. But so that is they're all stuck down. Ignore the baby hairs at the moment because I haven't done anything with them yet, but I'm not sure if you can see. But I'd say it looks pretty natural. I'm going to use the black Got To Be Glue gel for my baby hairs, and I use this. So it's actually a part of an eyebrow pencil, but I know some people use toothbrushes and little tiny brushes, but this is pretty much all that I have, because again, this is the only wig that I need any of this for. So, and please don't expect big things for this, because honestly, I am clueless. Right, so I'm just gonna, I'm literally just pulling the baby hairs down there. Right. And rubbing the gel into. Again, I'm not 100% keen on how with the little loops that is usually done on this. So mine's like a half attempt at that. So, but again, it's not meant to, it doesn't have to look perfect, because already it could be worn as it is really. I'll put a little bit over the other side because my right side isn't going right. I've got a slight kink in the front as well. I think that's from where I washed out all the glue last. But that isn't great at all. But I'm sure by seeing how bad I am, she could show that pretty much anyone can do it. But it's one of those things that I could probably fit it into my morning routine if I kept doing it and getting better at it. But I just haven't got the time, and I quite like that I can have this for special occasions because it is so much longer than any of my other wigs. So I'll just do a turnaround so that you can see how it moves. It's just so, you can run your fingers through it so easy. Again, it is a full lace wig, so you can glue all the way around and have it up in a high ponytail if you wanted, which is one thing that I would love. But again, finding the time to glue all the way around, I think I need to find a friend that can do it for me and has a bit more patience. But yeah, so this is obviously the A-list lace hair, and when I got it, I got this with it because, like I said, I'm a newbie to human hair, and I did go online because they are so big on Instagram and all of their little video clips and pictures are amazing. But then on the other hand, when you turn to YouTube, it doesn't seem to be as positive on there. So I was slightly apprehensive. But on this, I can't say if it's any different to other human hair wigs, but it seems fairly, I think it's probably still the reason why I've never ventured to get a human hair. It's not purely because of the cost, but it's also the upkeep. I don't really have time to have another child in the form of a wig. So synthetic seems to be pretty disposable for me in terms of I can get them to last a lot longer than what they say, with not even that much care really, because obviously, but I suppose it's all an individual thing. But again, I won't be commenting on the quality of the hair. I've had no issues with it. I don't wear it daily. I did wear it daily from holiday, and a few times a week I used to wear it, and now I haven't worn it for quite a while. But it's no different to when it's like with anything, you've got to look after it, I would say. So the one thing I did notice when I washed this is the colour, because I'm under the impression that this was coloured at their salon, because when I chose it, one of the girls went, "Oh, it's one I coloured." She said it's so nice to see it, because I think usually they have such a high turnaround on wigs that they literally do everything to them and ship them out, because they're constantly shipping to all over the world. So this one, obviously it starts off dark and goes lighter. Once I washed it, I started to see slight patches of really dark bits showing through, which I think you can sort of see in certain lights. And underneath I found patches of like a bit of hair that was like black, like a little section like that, but it's underneath so it didn't show as much. But you can kind of see it in certain lights. But again, it hasn't deterred me from wearing it. It's still a wig that most of my friends have said to me is most like my natural hair, because I think it's not a bulky wig at all. The density on this is 130%, which is quite low really, so I know a lot of people like 150, but 130% I would definitely go for again. This is perfect for me. And again, like I say, although it does sit quite flat, which is how my hair used to be, you can obviously make it bigger if that's what you want. But I like that it sits nice and flat, and it is so secure. It definitely isn't going anywhere at all. Yeah, so obviously it didn't take me as long to put it on today, but I would usually faff quite a bit more than that, because it's one of those wigs that I feel looks amazing from a distance, but then when you go up close, I can see the lace. But again, I'm fairly certain it's down to the build-up of glue, because when I had it put on straight away, it was incredible. I suppose this isn't my normal wig review because I don't know a huge amount about it. It's more of just showing you more of the A-list wig, because I know it does seem to be quite popular. But I would say I'm happy with it. I've never had a band on a cap like this, and when they first fitted it, it was so incredibly tight, but I was told it's supposed to be, which I suppose if you're worried about your wig falling off, you will have no worries with this, because it literally is going nowhere. Because every time I take it off, I will have the indents of those 3 combs real deep in my head. So, but when I first wore it, it did give me quite the headache, but now I'm quite used to it now. I think it's also loosened slightly in terms of the lace, where I have got it on and off a few times. But yeah, so it's not your normal cap if you're used to, say, John Renault and the likes of those types. It's a lot more versatile in the sense that this I would feel more comfortable wearing braided or like clipped up, because although with a fully hand tied wig like this one, you can see when it's parted the knots a lot, whereas I know obviously that is a darker wig, but this lace on this is, let's see if I can show you, is so much more natural. But again, I'm a lazy hair person, so I very rarely do anything like that with my hair anyway. But I know I have seen the A-list wigs in 2 French plaits, which looks amazing, so that would be quite a nice idea. So I hope this video has been helpful. I feel like I've rambled on quite a lot, but just to give you a feel for what I think of the wig. Obviously I did win it, I didn't pay for it. I haven't been asked to do this video, it's just purely off my own back because I know it's quite popular. I think I do have quite a rotation on my wigs, so I have a different wig for work, I have a different wig for during the week, I have a different wig for like going out, and I also have a straight and a wavy version of my weekly wig, so I don't wear the same one all the time, which I think is quite, if you can afford to do that, then it is quite a good thing to do, because then it keeps the life of them longer. And in terms of synthetic, I have a steamer, but in terms of human hair, I wouldn't go out my way to buy another one, because I just feel the upkeep on it is just too much for me. But obviously once my children are older and I've got a little bit more time, if that ever happens, then I would love to expand my human hair collection. But for the moment, I'm very happy with this. And as you can see, it does look like my hair. Yeah. Any questions, just comment below and I'll get back to you. Trying to think if there's anything I've missed, because I don't feel like I've said much about this. A-list lace are based in London, which isn't too far from me, just a short train ride. So I was very lucky that I was chosen. So let's show you the part. Please excuse my eyebrows today, they're not the greatest. I was in a bit of a rush this morning. But yeah, so thanks for watching, and hopefully see you again soon with some more wig reviews or makeup tutorials. Thanks, bye.